Hey guys, welcome back to W.D.Y.D. CSP. What do you do as a central sterile processing technician? Um, Last time we went over medical terminology and anatomy, and I know I'm supposed to go on to the next chapter, but I want to do a little sidebar note here before I go there. But it'll all fit together in the long run, guys. But I wanted to do not an experiment, but I wanted to show out something that I've been asking almost in every conference that I've ever been to that speaks about IFUs and compliancies. Um, and I've been asking and requesting this for quite a long time, several years now, actually, and no one's ever took me up on it. I don't know if because they think I'm not serious about it, or um, quite honestly, I believe they can't. But when we talk about IFUs and compliancies and being true to what we do, and I'm saying this because I was just in a virtual conference and they were talking about non-compliancy with the IFUs, but they took a poll and they found out, and actually the numbers that came back I had to call BS on. I'm sorry for being so blunt, guys, but um, they were saying that like 60 to 70% of individuals in this field are compliant with the IFUs word for word, and I'm telling you right now that I don't see it happening. Um, I was fortunate enough, and still am fortunate enough, to participate in some researches that they do on IFUs. What they do is they call technicians that are in the field for several years, and they have them come in and they reenact um, the cleaning process for some medical devices according to the IFU. When I did my first one, actually, when I did my third one, first, second, and third, when I read the IFUs and I tried to reenact them, the first one I tried to do by memory. I'm gonna tell you right now, I botched that up so badly. And even when I started reading through it and doing it word for word, I couldn't reenact it because I was trying to do it as if we were in the work environment. And every step I was like, this is something we wouldn't be able to do in the field, and not in the facility I'm at, and I've never seen it done like this, and it doesn't even make sense. Um, when I did my third one, it was the same thing again. I was like, this doesn't even make sense. We wouldn't even do this because, and I explained it to her, and I'm like, okay, so what would make it easier? And I'm like, well, I don't know about what makes it easier, but how did they validate this? Because we wouldn't be able to recreate this in the field. This is how we would do it, and yeah, I never even seen this step before. So I wound up going back to work, and I looked up the IFUs to see that there weren't, some bogus IFUs, and sure enough, they were the correct IFUs. So going back to what the speaker was saying when I had this little virtual conference is that we fall into, when we do this field, when we're in this field and we're doing a lot of things in training, we fall into a one size fits most, and that's not the case. So what I want to do in a future video, I'm not going to do it in this video, what I'm going to do in a future video is I'm going to take two IFUs. One I'm going to speak to, I'm going to read it out and speak the steps to it and kind of give you the why and how we would do it in the field, and see if we can do it or if we've ever done it. And then the second one I'm going to take from a common manufacturer. I'm not going to say their name or anything like that, but a common manufacturer, and I'm going to reenact that IFU step by step, not with one instrument, because I think that's how they do it when they validate their processes. That they take one instrumentation, they go step by step in the IFU, and they validate that it can be cleaned that way. But I'm going to do it with a set. I'm going to create a small set at home with the container and the basket. And when I do that, I have to get IFUs from those manufacturers as well. If it's not from the same, I think I have them all from the same manufacturer, or we can just imagine that they are all from the same manufacturer because they do make the containers as well. And then we're gonna recreate their IFU. I'm gonna do this because if we recreate the IFU step by step by how the manufacturer lays it out, and I was reading a couple today because I had to do some reviews on some, um, what we do in the field and what is printed out on that IFU is completely different. It's I can tell you when the poll came out, they said 60 to 70%. I'm gonna say less than 10% of the field follows an IFU step by step, exactly as written. Probably lower than that. And I'm going to show you why, because this is how I'm going to interpret the IFU, and we'll see in a future video. So guys, stay tuned. It should be coming up very soon, if not this weekend, if anything. So as always guys, stay true to yourselves, keep it 100, and I will see you next time on my channel, W.D.Y.D. CSP. What do you do as a central sterile processing technician? Take care guys.